So I'm out here in Jackson, Tennessee, getting the truck fixed. I had a fitting. I was looking for that thing all night last night. This morning, I heard the air leak. I was usually when I get an air leak like that, I can find it, grab a fitting, fix it myself. I just couldn't find it. But I'm sitting here. I'm ready to get moving. Bro, I gotta wait. So, guess I wanna just kick it about a couple of things, man. I be talking to my peoples a lot, trying to get them advice on stuff. We do it together. You gotta hold down the people that's closest to you. So, one thing we was talking about was 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 trying to be in a relationship that makes sense. Like, and that really means critiquing a person's character. Now, women tend to. I'm not really sure why women do this, but they always see a dude and they look past the dude being broken. And I was talking to my sister, and I was explaining to my sister, like, when you in a positive bubble, you can't let nobody mess with your positive bubble. Nobody. So when you come across a person and you interested in, and then they start showing you signs of how they they're negative all the time, or they love to argue, they love to challenge everything. You got to understand, at the beginning of a relationship, if that happens, that's showing signs of that's going to continue, and most likely it's going to get worse. So no matter the things that you do like about a person, you have to realize that those things you don't like, they're going to enhance. So you have to be willing to take yourself away from that situation. I was in a relationship with a woman not too long ago that she was toxic, Like, had this negative vibe with her. She didn't see it. If you ask her, she did everything right. She said that I broke her self-confidence, and I couldn't really understand, like, how did I break your self-confidence? It's self-confidence, like Cat Williams said. It's self-esteem, self-confidence. It's yourself. Ain't nobody else can break it. It's yourself. You know what I mean? One thing I learned about her, and one of my other sisters said, you can't fix it. You know what I mean? And I had to let her go, because you ask her something, and it's already it's like anything is a trigger. Everything is a trigger. And me being a positive person, I live off of my positivity. I live off of my optimism. So being a positive person, I tend to not do well with people that's negative. I don't do too well with that. Like, I love a person that has a great attitude about life, optimistic about, even facing the challenges of life. Me, I don't stress too much. I'm the kind of person, if something does stress me, I go to sleep. Wake up the next day, I'm so happy to be woke that I tend to just brush that off and keep on moving. Whatever I could deal with, I deal with. So back to old girl. So it was like me and her was doing some things together, making some moves, and it's like the moves we were making is in my field. So I'm telling her, okay, like, we need to do this, we need to do that. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna do this, you do this. And she's like thinking that I'm trying to make her do things in a way that I want. Like, that's the problem. I'm like, no, this is just the way that it is. You have to do this way. Oh, why can't I do it the way I want to do? I'm like, because that's not the way to get it done. You know what I mean? That's like if you have a prep cook say you have a man and woman and they opening up a restaurant, and the man has been in the restaurant field for say 10 years. He knows his way around. That's why he opened up in a restaurant. And so he's like, okay, she don't really know too much about cooking and another, but she wants to help out. And then you tell her, okay, cool. You know how you can help out? You can prep the food. So he's telling her how to prep the food. She ain't never prepped food before. He's telling her, okay, I need you to do this. I need you to, learn how to cut the vegetables like this. Learn how to use, not how to store food, how to store certain meats. You know what I mean? Not together. I can just do it myself. You don't have to tell me how to do it. Like I do. Like it's a standard to certain things, and you have to go by the standard. And you're so triggered by somebody even explaining to you what's going on. You know what I mean? And doing it in the way it's like, oh, why I got to do it the way you want me to do it? It's not the way I want you to do it. It's the right way to get things done. And when you come across people that's like that, that's challenging, argumentative for no apparent reason, you gotta let them go. You have to, because it's never gonna get better. Never. They're always gonna do that every time. They're gonna do it. So you gotta let people like that go. You gotta keep it moving. You know what I mean? Get people that's more cooperative. You know what I mean? That has communication. This chick I was talking about, her biggest thing was, I told her like, yo, you want this to work, you're gonna have to communicate, you're gonna have to cooperate. You know what I mean? We gotta be able, and communication ain't arguing. Communication is something that you do to get a positive understanding and conclusion to the situation. If you can't talk in a way where you're building, not breaking, that's a problem. That's not communication. And communication is very important in all relationships. No, not just romantic, friendships, family. It's about communication. If somebody doesn't have that, it's nothing that you could do. You know what I mean? You can't fix broken. They have to fix it. They have to want to be fixed. They have to want to desire to be able to get an understanding of what's going on with themselves. So it's a lot of things you really gotta critique. You before you fall deep in love, you gotta understand what's going on with the person that you're even interested in like that, and you gotta weigh it up. And you gotta understand too, what does this do? What does this person do that I don't like? And is it something that is a deal breaker, or is it something that I could get past? And one of my mottos in relationships is you never compromise to get into a relationship. You only compromise once the relationship has longevity and is worth going forward with. Because people grow. People have other understandings. They learn more things about themselves, their partners. Some people are like, oh man, you changed. Like, yeah, a person's not going to stay the same. And you have to understand that, and you have to be able to deal with that. And want a person to grow, want a person to extend themselves and expand their mindset. So I don't know if any of this will help you, any of this will, but I just wanted to kick a little bit. I'm gonna be throwing these videos out. We getting ready for 50. Me and my man Giz, man. You know what I mean? Like, so be blessed. And I'll be talking to y'all soon. Peace.